Today, I'm making this video for Kobe Bryant. He had such a huge impact on my life. Out of every athlete that's ever lived, if I can pick one that I believe I relate to the most, it's without a doubt Kobe. I'm not gonna pretend I was the biggest Kobe fan in the world. I'm not gonna pretend I was the biggest Laker fan in the world. I'm not gonna pretend I was the biggest basketball fan in the world, because I'm not. But basketball is besides the point. It's what he stood for. And I can relate to him in such a way, so deeply. When he talks, I hear myself. The way he thinks, the way he acts is the same way I think and act. So it definitely hurt to hear what happened. So I'm making this video for him. I'm gonna talk about him a little bit and how he helped me, what I learned from him, what I'm still learning from him, and just how big of an impact Kobe had on this world. The most obvious thing that everyone knows about Kobe is his obsession, his absolute obsession with wanting to be the best. He always talked about, and I'll paraphrase him here, squeezing every ounce of juice out of the orange. Leave nothing behind. His biggest fear, and my biggest fear as well, is looking back when I'm older on my career and just thinking to myself, I could have done more. I'd do anything to go back and do more. I don't want that feeling, and neither did he, which is why he sacrificed so much. He had his box. His box was basketball. I have my box now, my baby, my gym. That's everything to me in terms of my career, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna leave any stone unturned. So I'm gonna squeeze every ounce out of this orange of mine and have no regrets, just like Kobe. Kobe was extremely talented, but he speaks on it a lot. Like, he was tall, 6'6", but wasn't 6'8", 6'9". He had a 40-inch vertical, not a 46. He was quick, but not that quick. He was fast, but not that fast. He wasn't a genetic freak like LeBron James. He had to work. He talks about it all the time. He studied, he put in the time. He wasn't that quick, so he got better with angles. He wasn't the fastest, but he got his footwork better. Just different things, little things that he could cheat and just use to separate himself. I think everyone can learn from that and relate to that in your own way, to relate it to your lane. But the point is, I don't think he was born the greatest basketball player in the world. He was born pretty damn good, but he worked his way into that conversation of, Jordan, Kareem, LeBron, and himself, Magic, Bird, but he had to work his ass off to get there. And I think when it was all said and done for him, he was able to look back and be like, I have no regrets. I gave absolutely everything I could have to the game of basketball. And I know he was happy with that. And as I'm just getting started with my career, I hope to say the same. So I'm gonna keep working my ass off, doing the things others won't, and I'll definitely make Kobe proud of that. Another thing that Kobe talks about a lot is that the journey is the dream. The journey is the dream. It wasn't about, you think it is when you're doing it, getting into the Hall of Fame, win 5 championships, be considered one of the best of all time. You think that's the dream. Then when you finally get there, you look back and you're like, wow, actually, that whole process was the best part. That's the dream. When you're in it, you don't really realize that. And he's definitely reminded me of that. When you're in it, man, there's some days where you're just absolutely miserable. And I can relate to that as well. And let me explain why you're miserable. Because it's never good enough. When you have that mentality, you hold yourself to such a high standard. So even like a good day isn't good enough because you just keep raising the bar. So you drive yourself literally insane. And I know he was doing that to himself. I do that to myself all the time. And I'm like, I almost start talking to myself. I'm like, dude, cut yourself a break. You hold yourself to such a high standard that you're going to drive yourself up a wall and drive the people around you crazy as well. That's why he was tough to be around at times. And I've seen that with myself, and I've gotten better at gauging that and controlling that and just, cutting myself a break sometimes and sitting back and like realizing how far you've come along this journey and actually enjoying it a little bit. And he talks about that now that his career is over, and he looks back on it, he realizes that journey was it. Because when you're in the trenches, like right now, I'm in the very beginning of my career. I have so much farther to go, so many more challenges to face to continue to grow. When you're in it, like right now I'm in it, like some days you're just like, damn, this is so tough, because you hold yourself to such a high standard that the work is incredibly hard and it's never good enough. So you drive yourself mentally insane. And sometimes you don't even want to be there, but you just, every day you show up and you put one foot in front of the other because you do want it that bad. But just know, when you're in the middle of that journey, and whether you're an athlete or whatever, and you get an injury, you know what I mean, you're rehabbing, those days are tough, man. You're not a happy camper, man. Those are tough days. You're doing the rehab, you're waking up at 4, getting extra work in, it's dark, it's cold. Those grinder days that I've talked about in the past. You hate those days when they're happening, but then when it's all said and done, and you're looking back, you would do absolutely anything to just go back into the trenches for one day. When you're in it, you're like, God, man, this sucks. But you don't realize when it's over, you'd do anything to go back and have one of those grinder days again, where you're just battling, trying to get to your goals. So that's another way I relate to Kobe, is just the journey and grinding through it. But I'm learning from him early enough where I'm still in the middle of my journey, but now I'm taking his advice and trying to enjoy it a little more. Still, don't take any shortcuts. Still put the work in as much as you possibly can, no regrets. But at the same time, try to look around a little bit, maybe smile a little bit, and then keep on going. So Kobe Bryant, thank you for definitely reminding me that the journey is the dream. The last thing I'm going to talk about in terms of Kobe is definitely the hardest one to discuss. And it has to do with balance and your loved ones, your family, and your friends. And I'm really upset about what happened, because in my opinion, Kobe's life was just starting. I hear people say like, he was 41, he had an amazing life, you could be anybody, why not be Kobe with everything he accomplished? Yeah, you can say that. He had 5 championships. He is going into the Hall of Fame, whatever, 17-time All-Star, whatever it is, couple gold medals, all that success. But knowing how he is, I don't know him personally, so I can't guarantee it, but I'm pretty damn sure he was miserable for all of it, almost all of it. I'm sure he had little moments of pure bliss and happiness in that 20-year pro career, but the vast majority, I guarantee, he was absolutely miserable. And the reason for that is, like I talked about, every day you're holding yourself to such a high standard. You don't let yourself enjoy anything. You just go, business. I heard him say a quote one time. He's like, if it doesn't have to do with basketball, I don't have time for it. Like that was him. And that's why he kind of turned people the wrong way, I believe, sometimes. It's all about Kobe. And now, the 3 years or so that he's been out of basketball, he's a different person, man. You see the way he carries himself, his body language, the energy he gives off, his smile, always with his family, taking every chance he gets to mentor another basketball player, whether it's Kyrie Irving, Kawhi, just taking the time, you know, someone's mom passed away, someone he hasn't talked to in years, you give him a call. Like doing stuff like that. That stuff, you know, it's someone's birthday, you know, call him. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, and that's stuff that I definitely struggled with. Like, I was always just hyper focused on whatever it is I was doing. Soccer, okay, soccer, that's it. Nothing else. Don't talk to me. Soccer. Gym, this is my gym. Don't talk to me. I definitely have to give a lot of the credit to my my beautiful fiance for definitely changing me. For me, it was just like one lane, no one talked to me. Ever since she has come into my life, she's slowly but surely changed me for the better. And giving you examples like that. Just reaching out to people, give him a call. It's his birthday, shoot him a text. You know, take this time, go stop at home, say hello to your mom. You know what I mean? Go see your grandfather. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And that's what I saw Kobe getting into. He's finally at peace. He's happy with what happened in basketball. No regrets. And he was just like, now it's just me and my girls. I'm gonna enjoy this thing, sit back, relax. I have my other business ventures doing their thing, but for me, it's all about family now, man. Going to my daughter's games, coaching her, watching her come up, like he was finally happy. And that's why that hurts me, and that's why I'm going through these changes currently, becoming that next chapter now, more of a family man, my friends and family, not being so just tied down and just killing myself over work. Again, I'm still gonna work my ass off and leave nothing behind, leave no stone left unturned, but at the same time, I'm gonna find that balance, I'm gonna find the happiness. I've already started doing it the past few years of my life. Definitely a different person, I'm definitely a better person now, and I saw that with Kobe. And I think everyone can agree that followed him or knew him personally. You hear these people talking about him, and LeBron actually had a post-game interview yesterday after the Lakers game, and he was like, you know, Kobe did all this stuff, you know, like I said, all-star, gold medals, whatever, you know what I mean, championships. He goes, I've never seen Kobe happier than the past 3 years. He was not happy when he would win those championships. He was not happy winning those gold medals. He was truly so deeply happy just to finally be with his family. And that's it. And that's what life's about. And that's the last thing that I'm taking from Kobe, you know? So I'm gonna continue to grow. I'm still gonna have that Mamba mentality when it comes to work ethic. But to see his last 3 years and how happy he was with his loved ones, and I can't wait to continue to grow with my fiance, my future wife, and then have kids, get some dogs, you know what I mean? Just have a bunch of people that I can love, my close family and friends, and that's the last thing that I'm taking from Kobe. You know, smile more, laugh harder, and just keep your loved ones close and just enjoy the time. Overall, Kobe has definitely had a huge impact on my life. I never spoke about it. I didn't have to. It was always in my head. I was always thinking of Kobe. You know, he always motivated me. I learned so much from him. So for that, Kobe, I want to thank you for your hard work, your dedication to your craft, your love for your family and friends. I've taken a lot from it, and when I hear you speak, sometimes I can hear myself. So just thank you for everything. I'm definitely gonna go on Amazon. I'm gonna buy a huge jersey or poster. I'm hanging right up here in my gym. So when all these young bucks continue to roll in my gym over the years, I'm gonna make sure they know who Kobe Bryant is and what he stands for.